Now, well, the Center for Ability Rehabilitation and Empowerment is at the forefront of disability advocacy as it relates to Nigeria's economic growth and inclusive development, and recognizes the critical role of the Dangote refinery. Yes, the Dangote refinery is still on the front burner of national discourse. Well, the foundation is empowering persons with disabilities. Now, I'm joined by Dr. Chike Okogwu, who is the founder of the Center for Ability Rehabilitation and Empowerment. So good to have you on Newsnight tonight. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Angie.
First, let me get your thoughts on this issue that's been going on for weeks now. Dangote crying out, I mean, imagine Dangote crying out of more or less being victimized, right? And then the regulator saying that the Dangote refinery is not living up to best practices in terms of the quality of what is coming out of the refinery as far as diesel and all of that's concerned. But what do you make of this face-off first?
Okay, first let me start on the national mourning note by paying condolences to the family of my father, the late Chief Emmanuel Iwayam.
Yes.
He's done his bit, he's done his best. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen. Amen.
Persons with disabilities, Dangote refinery, this whole brouhaha, how does it even concern us?
Great point. I was going to come to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But first, we have seen reports. The National Assembly has gone there. We saw a high-level team that went there. And if the man, Dangote himself, is also saying that, look, my standards are the best in the world, and he mentioned SGS and you know, the agencies that can give you the best results, world standard. How come nobody has gone against that? And why do we have to also, I mean, a member of the Presidential Economic, the PEC, you know, the Economic Council, it means that something is wrong somewhere. And if a Dangote, with all his huge investment, this is being done to him, then the words of the Total MD in Rwanda,
said, look, where we've gone to Angola, we've taken $6 billion.
Do you understand? So why would any foreign investor come to Nigeria? If Dangote refinery with all the huge investments, and come to think of it, I have been crying out before now for so many years. Recall, I was a member of the board of Shopee. Yes, I was a member of the board of the FGN Shopee. So I know quite a number of things that has to do with subsidies and all that. But the point we're trying to make here is the leakage in the entire system is this unnecessary importation of fuel.
Right.
You say dollar is scarce every day. We are not producing anything. Dangote refinery is now here that produces where we trade with dollars. So the dollars that we should have been chasing after, we will now be chasing. I mean, the dollar that we will be running after, will now be chasing us because people will buy things from Dangote refinery in dollars. More importantly, the pressure of the scarcity of dollars is what shoots up that's what chokes the naira.
Absolutely. It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Yeah. So my brothers and sisters who want to import from China and everywhere are looking for the scarce dollars. Government is pumping dollars, importing petroleum products. And as long as that keeps happening, electricity, which I need to use to charge my phone, charge my wheelchair, now you see how it begins to impact on me.
Exactly. Now let's come to that.
If we're buying petrol, as a matter of fact, the reason why we are so particular is if it's happening to Dangote, who is a member of the Presidential Economic Council, what happens to us? That means we persons with disabilities don't exist. And we were looking up to the Dangote deal with Nigeria to see some succor. Yes, the bosses, huge succor, because that would have saved us a lot. Electricity bills would have come down. I tell you, it's a whole chain. Petroleum prices, okay, fuel prices may not go down, but I tell you, if the chokehold on naira is released, the naira becomes stronger, and if the naira becomes stronger, you and I can begin to have comfort in spending the naira. It's as simple as that. So until that is done, I don't see us getting out of all this because
What do you make of Dangote crying out and actually saying, look, buy me out if you think, you know, not delivering, if you think being monopolistic about this refinery or other businesses? He's actually, you know, shelved the idea of coming up with a steel plant. What do you make of that?
I align with Mr. Olisa Bakova, SAN.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Don't buy anybody else. He should not. The government has no business in business, as far as it is at night.
Yeah, that's why the refineries are not working.
So
the four refineries.
if you ask them to buy out Dangote, the refinery will die a natural death, the way other refineries have died. Truth be told, there's a scam going on. We all know this. There's a huge scam going on. In whose
interest do you think it is?
Private pockets.
If Dangote refinery does not take off.
Private pockets. People are making a kill in this business. That's what is. Sister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala said, and I quote her: "If you fight corruption, corruption will fight back." And what is going on is absolute corruption. This is corruption fighting back. I hold nothing back. I tell you, this is corruption fighting back. Because why would you do that? Look at, if this is happening to Dangote, what will happen to the smaller refineries?
Yeah.
There are pockets of refineries.
They are coming on stream.
They are coming on. They cannot survive. You know, sometimes you begin to wonder. I don't want to put the blame on this administration alone. Should I call it the leadership in Nigeria? But of course, who again will be the leadership if not this administration? We looked forward to this administration doing so much. I mean, 10, 12 years ago, they were crying out in Ojota that subsidy was a scam. They're in there now. I expected that they should be able to look it through the books. We have brilliant men and women there. And we expected that by now, Dangote coming on stream would have done. I mean, look at when he started the diesel thing.
What are your expectations in terms of a way forward on this Dangote issue?
I want to believe that President Bola Tinubu knows the right thing to do. And he will step in.
Well, thankfully, the lawmakers have stepped in. They're saying they will investigate.
They have started already.
To sabotage the economy.
Yes, they have started already. We're glad that is happening. But I want to say here that I believe that President Bola Tinubu should know how to do the right thing. Having worked in Mobile, he has an understanding of the sector, and that will go a long way in taking care of things. I believe that he's not been told the same thing that happens to the Nigerian leaders inside the villa. The struggle for power and relevance is what is going on now. Right. People are running rings around him. You know, he's in the middle. There's the other circle of the SSPAs and ministers and all.
You're re-echoing Aline Dume's outcry that the president is being caged in.
I think so. I think so.
We've not touched much on how all of this impacts persons living with disabilities, especially on the issue of employment and what have you, livelihood. Quickly. Now,
Dangote over the years, the Dangote Foundation, we know, has been supporting persons with disabilities.
Right.
As recently as April, May this year, large tons of food materials were given out to people for free. He does that regularly. Right. So, and he says something that it's time in Nigeria now that the haves takes care of the have-nots. And we have to make life equal and fair to all. Yeah. And that's what the Dangote Foundation does, and I know well that they do that too good. Beyond that, look, let's take it one item at a time. Yeah. Transportation costs. It costs me so much to fare my own car because I have a car. Those who don't have a car cannot even use public transportation systems. So they have to go by way of car hailing rides and all that. Yeah. That costs a lot of money. Air transportation from 30,000, 35,000 to 230,000.
Over 200,000.
Now, for one-way ticket, you know, this Dangote refinery should be producing aviation fuel because from one barrel of crude oil, you should be able to have aviation fuel. You should have kerosene. You should have petrol.
All the derivatives.
There's so much there. Yeah. What they're doing now, taking crude out there, swap the thing, and they bring in petrol and they couple of. What happens to the rest of the things? Yeah. I'm a farmer. I have a farm.
Oh.
I know how much I buy fertilizer. I'm going to buy fertilizer tomorrow morning for my farm. With Dangote farms, with Dangote petrochemicals, I would not need to suffer to buy, because fertilizer we produce in huge quantity. Dangote refinery is bigger than all the 3 Nigerian refineries of the past put together.
Yeah, in terms of capacity.
So that tells you the quantum of fertilizers that will come. And as it's favoring the other guys, those of us in the people with disabilities in farming will benefit from that. Yeah. We talked about electricity earlier on. Fueling our generators is costing a lot of money. Diesel, petrol, and what have you. Yeah. If things are done right, it will cost us less, Naira-wise, to be. Should I go on?
Unfortunately, we don't have all the time. Dr. Chike Okogwu, founder, Center for Ability Rehabilitation and Empowerment. It's been a delight having you.
Thank you very much.
On Newsnight, hope to see you again.
Same here.
Sooner than later.